Welcome back to Bodybuilding Nation. Today we've got several exciting updates as we approach the highly anticipated Pittsburgh Pro Showdown. Terrence Ruffin, best version yet? First up, let's look at the latest physique update from Terrence Ruffin, which he says was taken this week, the week of the Pittsburgh Pro. The rear shots are particularly impressive, showing Terrence absolutely peeled to the bone. Based on everything we've seen during his comeback journey, I believe we're about to witness one of the best, if not the best, versions of Terrence Ruffin ever. In the caption of his post, Terrence mentioned this has been, by far the best prep he's ever had physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Whatever that means specifically, it certainly sounds promising for his final presentation. Combined with all the updates we've seen leading into the show, I have very little doubt about the outcome here. I would be genuinely shocked if Terrence doesn't win this competition. Given the lineup we've seen and everything Terrence has shown, he looks incredible and is the clear favorite to take the title. Let's move on to our next competitor, Michael Krizo. The true freak. Next, we have the latest update from Michael Krizo. A video of Krizo has been circulating widely across social media, and while it's heavily filtered, making him look even more extreme than he already is. If you check out the original footage on Krizo's YouTube channel, where he's posing for Jim and Tyler Mannion at the MPC IFBB headquarters, he still looks absolutely insane, even without filters. What's fascinating about Krizo is how he resembles Marcus Rule in many ways. He has that immediate wow factor with his immense size and freaky look. He shows up in excellent condition, but when placed next to smaller, more aesthetically complete bodybuilders, he sometimes doesn't place as highly as fans might expect. This parallels what many felt about Marcus Rule back in the day. How is this guy not winning shows? To a casual observer who doesn't understand bodybuilding's nuanced judging criteria, when you see someone like Marcus Rule or Michael Krizo next to others, they appear to be the biggest, most muscular, and freakiest on stage. Qualities a layperson might assume should guarantee victory. Looking at Krizo's current condition, it's hard to reconcile the fact that realistically, we're probably looking at a best-case scenario of 4th place. I would be thrilled to see Krizo crack the top 3. It would make for an incredible comeback story following his injury. However, that top 3 of Martin, Nick, and Derek seems incredibly solid. With Vito now out of the competition, it appears Krizo and Bonac will likely battle for that 4th position. But when you see updates like this, it makes you wonder how he couldn't be considered for top 3 placement. Here's a question for you. If Krizo were to place higher than 4th, which of the presumed top 3, Nick Walker, Martin Fitzwater, or Derek Lunsford, do you think he would most likely displace? Personally, that top 3 looks so formidable that I struggle to see it happening. But anything can happen in bodybuilding. Krizo's comeback from shoulder surgery and injury is remarkable. Comparing how he looked 7 months ago to now is simply incredible. I genuinely hope he performs well, but breaking into that top 3 would mean defeating some exceptional competitors. Martin Fitzwater, the silent threat. Moving on to Martin Fitzwater, who recently posted an update from 3 weeks out. Martin looks extremely impressive in these shots, which highlights an interesting contrast in competitor approaches leading up to this show. Throughout the build-up to Pittsburgh Pro, we've seen many top contenders posting frequent physique updates. Nick Walker has been particularly active, which may partially explain why he's been so widely discussed. Derek Lunsford has also shared numerous updates. Martin, however, has been comparatively quiet, aside from 2 guest posing appearances during his prep, something neither Nick nor Derek officially did. I believe these top 3 competitors, Nick, Martin, and Derek, are incredibly close in terms of development and potential placement. The Nick versus Martin battle especially could go either way. I could genuinely see either one winning, depending on how they present on the day. It feels almost too close to call. While most of us expect Derek to win based on his recent Arnold Classic victory, it's worth remembering what happened at that very show. Samson Duda was the clear favorite going in, with Derek as the second pick, yet the outcome surprised many. If the Arnold taught us anything, it's that nothing is guaranteed in bodybuilding. This raises another question. If Derek doesn't win, and I do believe this is his show to lose, who defeats him? Would it be Nick, Martin, Krizo, or Bonac? It's worth noting that Derek has only worked with his new coach for 1 show thus far. While that collaboration produced excellent results, this will be their proving ground. Can they replicate that success consistently? We've seen numerous instances in bodybuilding where an athlete works with a coach and hits a spectacular peak once, but they're never able to recreate that magic again. Could that happen with Derek? I still predict he'll win, but there are no certainties in this sport. As we're now just one day out from the show, what are your predictions? Who wins? What's your top 3 and top 6? Where do Martin and Krizo place? What about the classic physique division? Ramon Dino, guest posing preview. In other news, Ramon Dino has shared updates just days away from his guest posing appearance at the PITTSBURGH Pro. He looks incredible, which is astounding considering he's at a reported body weight over 260 pounds while maintaining this level of leanness. It's genuinely difficult to believe he makes weight for classic physique. What's remarkable is that this is Ramon's full off-season mode. He doesn't need to qualify for the Olympia as he's already secured his spot, and he's not planning to compete before then. For him to maintain this condition this far out from the Olympia and this deep into his off-season while carrying so much mass is truly impressive. Every time I hear about Ramon's off-season weight, it's shocking that he can make the classic weight cap while staying this lean. In a recent Brazilian interview, Ramon again expressed interest in potentially moving to men's open bodybuilding, something he's mentioned previously but emphasized more strongly this time. Looking at his physique and considering his scale weight while maintaining such condition, he would likely do well in open. He's certainly not a small competitor by any standard, and the weight cap might actually be limiting his potential growth. I'm definitely interested to see if Ramon eventually transitions to open. We'll get a preview of how Ramon might look standing next to open competitors during the guest posing at PITTSBURGH, which I believe is scheduled for Sunday, May 11th, separate from the competition itself on May 10th. This guest posing lineup featuring Ramon alongside Samson Dauda, Mike Sommerfeld and Keone Pearson promises to be extremely entertaining. Regan Grimes confirms New York Pro. Finally, Regan Grimes has confirmed he'll be competing at the New York Pro. Interestingly, I thought Regan had already announced this weeks ago, but apparently in his recent vlog, he stated that he just decided to do the show that day, so it seems this is his official confirmation. As far as we know, William Bonac is also confirmed for New York, and possibly Nick Walker, who is the defending champion. With New York being only a week after PITTSBURGH, Nick will already be in shape, and if he doesn't win PITTSBURGH, he'll need to qualify for the Olympia somehow. I suspect we'll see Nick at New York Pro under those circumstances, but we should have the full competitor list by Monday. There's also an unconfirmed rumor circulating that Larry Wheels will be competing at the Ireland show, which is a pro qualifier. Larry mentioned on his social media that he'd be competing in a week, and while none of the US shows during that time frame are pro qualifiers, the international event in Ireland is. We should find out soon whether this rumor has any truth to it. That's all for today's updates. What are your thoughts on these competitors heading into PITTSBURGH Pro? Drop your predictions in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching Bodybuilding Nation. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more bodybuilding coverage.